If you have a multi-dog household, it's important to understand the natural hierarchy of your house. And by that I mean the hierarchy that your dogs have established. My name's Sheva. I am a certified vet tech, a certified dog trainer, and currently pursuing my specialty in animal behavior. Let's establish one thing. Humans do not have dominance over animals. You are not the pack leader. You're not part of the pack. You're a different species, and your dogs recognize that. That said, your dogs may establish who is the pack leader and may assert who is the dominant in the household. You may have 2 dogs or 3 dogs that are all passive and don't really need to assert dominance over the other, but that's not always the case. You also can't choose who's the dominant dog in your household. That is up to them. And it's not always the dog that you expect it to be. In my household, for example, I have 2 dogs. My older, more fragile, smaller, weaker dog is the dominant. Unfortunately, in the 7 years they've lived together, my dogs have gotten into 2 or 3 scuffles, all started by the dominant dog. My submissive, however, wounded the dominant dog more. My submissive came out without ever a scratch on him, and the dominant came out with bite wounds. But the hierarchy never changed, and my submissive dog still respects my other dog as the dominant of the household. And we allow that to continue. What we do is just avoid the antecedent arrangements that cause the fights in the past, such as my dogs are not to go near each other while they're eating. They eat on opposite sides of the room. The funny thing about it is that even though my submissive has gotten into fights with my dominant and he has won these fights, came out on top, wounded the other one more, came out without wounds, he still submits to my dominant. And that's because that's the hierarchy that they decided and we respect it. This doesn't mean that you should allow the dominant dog to bully your submissive or to cause fights or issues. It just means that understanding that your dogs and how they function with each other puts you in a safer environment and teaches you how to control the situations better. It's likely that my submissive dog would let my dominant dog kind of rule everything and not even react, but unfortunately, before I got him, he was attacked by other dogs, so he is reactive in the sense that if he feels like he'll be attacked, he will respond. Otherwise, though, they get along just fine and they understand the order within each other. I, as their owner, also understand the order within them and also understand what can lead to fights between them, so I always avoid those particular triggers. Just remember, you are not the dominant. You are not the leader of the pack. You are not the same species as them. And understanding your animals and their behavior and their body language will allow you to understand how they are functioning with each other in your household.